Honestly, after what I've experienced, it took me hours to absorb everything I've witnessed, everything I've seen, the things I was reading, the testimonies. I went to a hospital to donate some blood, and I heard people scream. So all that was too much for me to handle. And I didn't get enough sleep. So this morning, when I opened the news and I saw what was happening, it's when I felt like it happened at this moment. I woke up, it felt like a dream, and that's when I understood that this is a reality I have to accept. And it's something not easy to accept, especially and this is coming from someone who lives in a country that's we're used to car bombs and wars and attacks, but this is something that beyond what we can handle.
Can you describe what you saw and what you've been through?
All right, so basically I was coming from an area North Beirut, going down to my apartment, which is in South Beirut. We passed next to the smoke before the explosion. Prior to the explosion, we passed next to it. I saw it, and then we took a turn. We went because I wanted to head to another area. So the taxi driver went first block, second block. I felt some sort of energy or pressure on my chest, on my body. I knew there was something wrong, and I couldn't hear anymore. There's just this beep sound. Uh, then I didn't know what to do. I wanted to talk, but I couldn't hear my voice. I thought something was wrong with me. Is there something wrong? I wanted to talk to the driver. Then suddenly he stopped the car himself, and he turned. He looked at me. I looked in his eyes, and I knew there was something wrong. I didn't know what it was, but I can tell from his eyes something was wrong. Before I can even try to elaborate or try to say anything, uh, a massive pressure or sound. I can't say it's a sound. I knew it was an explosion, but I couldn't hear it. I just knew there was some sort of shockwave that came in. The glass of the car all broke down. The cars around us, I saw the glass just disappearing from the windows. Then I looked at the buildings. It was like it's raining glass from all over Beirut. Everything was collapsing. People were running and screaming, and stuff were banning, and like the cars were hitting each other, and nothing was normal, and I couldn't hear yet. So I went down the car. I wanted to make sure the driver is okay. So I spoke to him. I told him, I was trying to tell him, are you okay? Can you go on your own? He said he was just doing that with his hands, like taking his phone, and I knew he was saying something like he's calling someone. So I just left. I took another cab I found at the end of the road, and I went back home. My apartment is around 3 kilometers away from the explosion, and when I arrived to my neighborhood, the glass was also of all shops was broken down. Everything was shattered. The balconies, there's some sort of curtains. They all fell down from the balconies to the neighborhood, to the streets, and I was like, there's another explosion that happened in that area. There's no way this is from the explosion that we just witnessed in another area. Then I start calling some friends in other different areas are outside Beirut, the different areas in Beirut, and they were experiencing the same thing, which was very shocking. It was very confusing. I didn't know what to think. Is there some sort of multiple attacks that just happened in Beirut? Then I looked in the sky from my balcony, and I saw the smoke rising. And this is where I knew something was definitely dangerous and wrong happening right now, because usually when a car bomb happens, from my experience, it's usually black, thick smoke rising. This time it was pink and white and very, very, very big. It's like a volcano. It's something I've never seen in my entire life. Although I also covered some war zones in Syria, and I've never seen something like that ever in my life. I knew something was wrong. I knew something happened. Then they said it's a firework warehouse, and of course, I didn't believe it. Like many people, like almost everyone in Lebanon, there's no way. And after the videos came out of the mushroom explosion, that made us sure that it's definitely not what the government was saying at first.
Hadi, Lebanon has experienced so much turmoil in the recent past. What does the future hold for you, your family, your friends, and the country?
I mean, that's something we've been asking ourselves since last October, when we were started protesting on the streets against corruption, for a better future, for a better government. We knew that things were going bad after the what happened to our currency and the oil crisis and the bread crisis, and now we have different crises just happened together. And yesterday we lost our main and vital resort for all the essentials we need. Our port in Beirut has completely evaporated in minutes, which put us actually, we're questioning what are we gonna do now? What's gonna happen to us? What's gonna happen next weeks? Are we gonna have enough food? Are we gonna have enough? Uh, I don't know what people need. Everything we're getting from the port. Our borders are closed from all sides now. Everything we need is from that port. So for us, for our youth, unfortunately, many of us are leaving the country. Many of us can't even leave. They're stuck here. So that's a question I'm afraid I really cannot answer. I don't know what the future is holding for us.
Yeah, and obviously that's complicated because of the pandemic.
Yeah, exactly. The pandemic is making things much, much worse. Since the lockdown, and because also Lebanon dependent on tourism and activities, and people come, especially the Lebanese diaspora, they come back, they go to resorts, beaches, pools, clubs, everything because of the coronavirus right now is closed. So that's actually even harming us even more.
Well, we do appreciate your talking to us tonight. Hadi Nasrallah, thanks very much, and we wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much.